blood diamond joke to kill this one.
Talk about Native American ladies.
Is this thing on?
No.
Now I'm going to bring up our next act. Very funny lady. She actually hosted the show the last time we did it here and did a fabulous job. She's coming from uptown, actually upstate. She comes from the Bronx. That's for Debbie Bazza. Debbie!
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Wow, that guy's got some balls. He might have dead balls, but he's got balls. I give him that much. You know, my family, they look to the girl to take care of them in their old age. And my mother realized, you know, I was fat and I wasn't working, so she said, I'm 19, you know, my birthday. She says, you know, Deb, you're never going to put the world on fire. Why don't you lose some weight and get married? So she locks up the pantry and she enlists the aid of my brother, who's a biker. And he brings over a couple of his friends. One of the guys was so short. I said, Mom, the guy don't even reach my chin. She said, don't be so fussy, chubby. Why don't you just crouch? I said, that's what Daddy used to tell me when he didn't want to pay for the bus. The next guy was out on parole. I said, Mom, he's got a parole officer to report to. She says, isn't it nice to have someone to talk to? So it's crazy, right? My father gets in the act and he brings over his friend's son, who has a little twitching problem. And kissing him was like bobbing for apples, you know? And I didn't realize he had little Tourette's. So we're out for dinner, and he says, can I want a roll? Bitch. Can you pass the butter? Tramp. I thought he was a ventriloquist, you know? So I figured, you know what, not that I did that good on my own. The first one was out on parole. And, you know, his mother and my mother played cards, so I think it was doomed from the get-go, because they were taking bets to see how long the marriage would last. Anyway, so I went back home with my daughter, and I met my second husband. Oh my God, my family was thrilled. He had a job. He worked for he was a mailman, and my brother was like, "Did he know she got the baby?" I said, "Yeah." So we got married. We were together over 20 years, and he was a gambler. We went to Vegas on a honeymoon. He spent a honeymoon in the casino, and he'd come home with the kids. You know, he'd take them out. They come home. Get down with OTB. You know me. Get down with OTB. Hey girls, who should Dad get down with? OTB. Dad, and I get pissed off. And I said, oh, I don't want them going to OTB. I want them to get fresh air. So you bring them to Meadowlands. Anyway, he died. He died. I think he just wanted to get away from it. So I was widowed in 2000, and my friend gave her friend's number to her son, and he called me a nice enough guy, you know what I mean? And he's talking to me, he's a little full of himself, like most men are, excuse me, you know. Please, don't get me wrong, I love men, I married 3 of them. Okay, I'm not putting any men there. But, you know, he's called me up and he says, well, if you ever want to go out for coffee, give me a call. And I'm thinking, you don't hold your hand till you know where. Then he said the magic words. He said he's been putting a few tiles down every day. So, oh, you're handsy. So I said, maybe you could help me out. I have a storm drain. You could tell me what to do. So I'll come by. Came by with this toolbox. And we started seeing each other. 3 weeks, I'm having the time of my life. I'm getting my widow's pension. He's whining and dining me. I'm having a ball. He says, this going to lead to anything? Because if it's not, I don't want to waste my time. So we got married. Let me tell you something. He moved in with his son, his dog, his cat, his fish tank, his bird. We were now the blended family. We were mud and clutter. We were like the Brady Bunch without Alice. So I said, you know what, I got to get out of here. I'm going to look for a job. So I go to a hamburger chain, no name. And this clown with red hair hands me a MEC application. And, you know, and I realized I could fill in divorce, widowed, and married, you know? And then they want to know my maiden name. So, oh, that was 4 names ago, you know? So they hit some, you know, really, you don't think of it, but, you know, quick, 4 names ago. So then they said, and the questions are a little personal. Sex? I said, it varies. And they said, what languages do you speak fluently besides English? I said, dirty. It turns my husband on. And then they want to know about hobbies. I said, well, I take stains out of clothes and I mend them. What kind of hobbies can I afford if I'm coming here for a job? You know? And then the last question, I thought I had it. I really did. The last question, they said, why would you be an asset for this company? I said, well, I had 3 husbands. I cooked for each of them. I gave it to them their way. He said, you're thinking Burger King, lady. We don't want you. And I felt bad. You know what I mean? And you know another thing? See, I know I couldn't be a lesbian. I thought I could. But my husband's very spiteful, petty. And I can't. He's a very petty man. He really is. He's a little girl. He wears all my creams, all my lotions. Horrible. Every time I look for my cream, he's got it, you know? And going out with him, we're both fighting for the mirror. It's crazy. So anyway, I don't know. I mean, God's been good to me. I could just say that right up front. But I don't know if he ever really got over that apple thing with Adam and Eve. I tell you what. He says, we all gotta wear clothes. Shame, shame. How come only women care how we look in these clothes? My husband gained 40 pounds. His stomach was past his family jewels. He wore the same pants, never bothered him. I eat one pickle. I get bloated. I gotta run to the closet for my sweatpants. You know, and she talked him into it. Everybody knows a husband doesn't even listen to his wife. You know what I mean? I can't even talk my husband to throwing out the garbage when it's overflowing. I can't even talk him into putting away his stuff. It's all over the damn house. And then I said, you know, James, you want to get friendly? I'd like you to be a little affectionate. So he says, this is foreplay for my husband. Hey, Deb, you up? I go, come on. That's not foreplay. And another thing, I told him, I said, you know, there is such a thing as a 7-year itch. I like a little affection. It brings me on minus that 7. Come on, that's not right. You know what I mean? I have 2 daughters. They're like my penance for a moment's passion. I got to just say, thank God they're past the age that I don't have to look after them anymore, and that I never killed either one of them, and they weren't taken from me. No, because daughters are very hard, very hard. And there was actually a story about a woman who threw her kid out the window when my kids were little. And I says, oh my God, how that kid must have pushed her. Because it's not easy being a mother. It's not. It's really not. I'm telling you. And then they used to threaten me. They're running away. So, whoa, don't run. Go upstairs and pack a few things. I'll drop you off wherever you want to go. They're going to call up the protective services. I says, good. I could use a break. You think I'm kidding? Unbelievable. So I don't know, what's the story? I'm sitting here, I don't know, I'm ready, I'm going, you're giving me the light, I don't know how much more time I have, I'm very confused, Jose. I'm very, yeah, what? Yeah, okay. All right. No, really, you know, it's very confusing. I want to look like, you know, I'm going along, you know, like I'm with it, you know? So anyway. Okay, 2 lights, okay. I just got my first ticket. My husband's pissed off at me. I don't really, you know what it is? I didn't know what to say. The officer pulls me over and he says, do you know why I'm stopping you? I said, I don't know, officer, how long you following me? You know? It's tricky questions. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable. So, is that it? Okay, hon. Now we're going to say thank you.
Bazza from upstate. Alright, let's keep the show moving right along. We've got a few more comics that walked in. We're going to have a heck of a show.